everybody. This is Deb Coviello, the Drop-In CEO. Thank you for dropping in on Live Talk Media. I'm Deb Coviello, your host. And I just want to jump on here. I've been trying to keep a weekly show, and I'm a little bit late, but I'm sure none of you have noticed. I have just had some amazing conversations today, and while I had intended on having a script and a plan for today, you know what? It went out the window. And Deb, how could that be? You're always so planned, so organized, and you know what? Yes, I am. That's what most people expect me to be when I show up and I do an audit or an assessment, or I come in and actually roll up my sleeves. I have always a plan. I have a plan to make sure we get done the work we need to do, and that's very tactical. But you know what? Sometimes we just have to be a little bit more present and in the moment. And I just want to say that I have had a day of the most amazing conversations, and every single one of them, I did have a plan. Of course, I open up my podcast. Hello, I am Deb Coviello, the Drop-In CEO, and I open up with some kind of introduction and something that is comforting and usual because you want to have the same experience each and every time. But the interesting thing was I didn't over-prepare, probably because I just came back from a curling conference this weekend, and I said, you know what, we're just going to wing it. I am really good at listening to what people say and drawing out stories to be able to engage with them. And you guys think it's seamless, and oh my gosh, Deb, you prepared so well. Well, I'm living in the moment, and I think that is really the message I want to share with you today is, as leaders, is yes, we have to get results. Yes, we have to elevate our teams. But one of the things, and this is one of the encounters I had today, was, really about being present and not always having a grand plan. Because when you think through every single detail, and again, this is not everything. We have to plan things, of course, but when we allow ourselves to just be versus do, magic comes. It really does. And I think you can see from my energy today, I am feeling amazing. I'm exhausted. So I go between an introvert and extrovert. I'm a little bit tired from all the engagements, but oh my, I can't wait to go back through my notes and be able to say, this is what I gleaned from this. Here's the follow-up, and here is the magic that might actually happen. And I think when I think about leaders, whether you're in a corporate environment or maybe your own business, we lose sight of that excitement. The reason why we join organizations or we invigorate teams was that passion, that love, that caring for what we're doing. And I want you to think about that a little bit, because I think sometimes we lose sight of the bigger picture when it comes to friends and family and your community, and you're watching them achieve something, a sports event. There's this great sense of pride when you are watching every move and seeing people that you sincerely care about succeed or experience life. Maybe they don't win a soccer game, but you're there for them when they are trying to pick themselves up, be in the moment, and then says, you know what, I'm going to get them tomorrow. And that's my message for you. I'm going to just touch on some of these encounters so you really understand how I have been touched by so many of these people. And again, I'm going to bring this back in a little bit. I know I'm talking fast. That's the Jersey coming out in me. I'm a Jersey girl. I know I need to speak a little bit more slowly, but I'm so excited. I am just so excited. Each one of these encounters today filled my soul because I am investing in my reach in people. And in doing so, I'm recording conversations and putting them out on my podcast, both on all the different platforms and YouTube. And I'm also building a media company, not just me, but to be able to create content that supports you to be able to feel personally successful, but also to reach your goals. And by the way, if you have people that are in your care, to help leave your legacy by shining a light on them and elevating their skills. That's why I do that. I'm going to repeat it over and over again, but I won't give you their names because maybe they're watching today. But one particular person, he's an amazing speaker, and one of the things he talks about is energy. And one of the things that you can see and feel when you go into a room with people is look at their energy. And if you see that there is not energy or engagement amongst the people, maybe that is your calling. Your leadership is not about getting the technical work, but being able to motivate people, see what makes them joyful, see how you can value them. And this is one of the insights that I got from this amazing leader on a podcast is always, we are a society of humans. not just machines. And that's where we need to invest our time. Now, the next person, I was reaching out to CEOs, COOs of company, met this amazing person, a can-do attitude. They are self-made from an education perspective, as well as their own personal success. And came out of a lot like me. Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to do this because I'm doing it for myself. And in that pursuit, I'm doing it for others. Go against the status quo. Don't be stuck in the narrative of what other people say you should be. You need to get out of that box, get out, scribble outside the lines. And if you've had this nagging feeling that you are just not your complete self and that you are meant to do something else, even within a company or outside of a company. And if you can't get that joy of being who you are, then find an outlet for it. Now, I am so excited to bring this person onto the podcast. They've never done a podcast before. And I know you're going to be inspired by their conversation. And I'm grateful that they're saying yes, because I want to elevate their story. Again, that's the brand, Lift, Light, Lead. That is the meaning behind Media 3L. We want to lift lift leaders by shining a light on their gifts. And again, that's where I'm going with Media 3L. Cannot wait to bring him onto the show. Oh my, this third person I recorded their interview today, they are a second time guest. And the serendipity it was is that they're now using a podcast company to find podcasts to position them on. Well, they checked in with me and they presented their name. And I said, do you realize I've already interviewed them on my show, but do they still want to come back? And you know what? I'm so grateful that they did, because the conversation was richer. It was deeper. Everything that they were saying about what they're trying to do to elevate leaders and companies is exactly aligned with what we're doing. And the interesting thing is we see great power in symbolism. On one of their books, there is a compass on it. And if you know me, I wrote the CEO's Compass. Soon to come, the audiobook for the CEO's Compass, your guide to get back on track. We both believe in compasses, or those guiding principles, the playbook, the blueprint, etc., that leaders need to think about. They might need to lead a little bit differently. And I think the time is right. And again, this person said the time is right. People have left companies, silent quitting, all of that. They are looking for more purposeful work, and they're looking to work with leaders that really care about the human dimension. Oh, this other person, they haven't been on my podcast, but they're an active listener. And I love hearing when people listen to the podcast and they share with me their value. And the interesting thing is they did share how the podcast is serving them. They see it as a great resource whenever they're riding their bike or they're walking or something like that. There are bits and pieces that their mind opens up to that may be inspirational or maybe apply to their particular situation. And I'm so excited to know them. I've come to know them over a couple years and their pursuits, and they've had a couple shifts and pivots. But what's beautiful of it is that I saw them on camera and their energy is so positive. They are in a really great place. Again, things are changing. There is uncertainty, but they're happy. And their energy is so positive. And I just wanted to share that with you again. Listeners, if you listen to the podcast, I am so grateful when you do reach out to me and let me know how it is impacting you. Again, I am about human connection, reaching more people than I can imagine, to help you struggle left and be able to do the purposeful work you're meant to do. And this last one, oh, this was a joy. This was a treat. I reached out to this person about 3-4 years ago and wanted to have them on their podcast. And back then, I don't know what happened, but I didn't have a good follow-up system with this person. And so I did another outreach campaign, and I remember them being a CEO, a founder of a company, reached out to this person again. I just got off the phone with them as reintroducing, and the conversation was so rich. And they are going to be on the podcast. They're so interesting. They're unique. They have a perspective that, one, is going to inspire everybody, and the actual work that they do is super cool. And I get the joy of getting to know these people, and if nothing else, just bringing their voice to you, to my audience. And the beauty of it is you never know who is listening to say, oh, I want to reach out to Deb. Oh, I want to reach out to Deb's guest. And that's really what gives me joy. So to kind of bring it home here, again, everybody has their craft, their profession. They do what they do well, they get compensated. But I want to leave you with this message to think about. Again, this is completely unscripted, so hopefully this goes well today, is to just reflect. You hear me say pause and reflect and think about your current situation. And I hope that most of you are happy in what you're doing and you are engaged. But if not, the best thing you can give to yourself is time and just reflect on, am I meant to continue to do this work? And if yes, is there a different place that I can be excited and engaged and inspire others and just do that work? Because again, we're on this world or this, we have this finite life. And the best thing we can do to make that finite life infinite is to be able to do the work and inspire others and instill ourselves in the memory of others because we were the leaders, we were living our purpose, we were helping others out. And again, that is why I do what we do, whether you are an engineer or sales, a CEO of a company, or a line worker. We are here to reach you, to be in service to you, to provide you the best content so you can think for yourself. Be the leader you're meant to be, or be the leader to inspire others, to lift, to light, and lead. And so with that, Deb Coviello, your host of Deb Coviello Live Talk Media. I'm grateful that you've joined us. This will be airing on YouTube. And if you want to be a guest on Deb Coviello Live Talk Media, I don't want to just be here by myself. I will take guests onto this platform as well and bring you along for the journey. And again, I just want to wish you all well, much success. Thank you for staying along on this journey. And until we meet, I want to wish you well and take care now.